Hello and welcome. Today I am going to discuss a poem by Kamala. The title of the poem is Summer in Calcutta. This poem was published in 1965 in the anthology named Summer in Calcutta. This anthology had many poems, but one thing was common in all, that all the poems were deeply iconoclastic and confessional. Kamala Das is one of the most controversial poets of the 20th century Indian English writing. Born in 1934 in Kerala, she grew up to become a noted writer of Malayalam as well as of Indian English literature. In her writings, she is a type of rebel against the patriarchal authority of society. She is searching for independent women identity against all odds. She is very fearless and not afraid to express her hidden desires of physical gratification and her desires for personal joy and fulfillment. She is a confessional writer who has that special amount of frankness and bravery to face the world with her true account of experience, of her hidden passions and desires. Let us come to the poem, Summer in Calcutta. What is this drink but the April sun, squeezed like an orange in my glass? I sip the fire, I drink and drink again. I am drunk, yes, but on the gold of suns. What noble venom now flows through my veins and fills my mind with unhurried laughter. My worries doze, wee bubbles ring my glass like a bride's nervous smile and meet my lips. Dear, forgive this moment's lull in wanting you, the blur in memory. How brief the term of my devotion, how brief your reign, when I, with glass in hand, drink and drink again this juice of April sun. The poet refers to her time spent in Calcutta, and according to her, it was the summer season. It was the month of April, and she enjoyed the April weather to the greatest extent to her sensual fulfillment or sensuous fulfillment. What is important here is her use of symbols like the April sun. When we discuss the symbolic meaning of the April sun, we are reminded of the famous lines by the renowned poet T.S. Eliot. And Eliot said in his Wasteland, April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with spring rain. In his poem The Wasteland, in these lines, T.S. Eliot says that April is the cruelest month because it brings out the beautiful memories of those who are incapable of enjoying those joys again. So in a way it brings depression to those people who are no longer able to enjoy the joys that spring offers, or joys of love or warmth. The April symbolizes warmth, happiness, joy, and a season of sexual fulfillment. And it brings out the memory and desire. Desire is mixed with the memory, that is of the enjoyment that the poet had achieved in the past and is unable to achieve in the present. So in this poem, Kamala Das is referring to the same type of symbolic association of the April sun with the joys of body and pleasures of soul. And she says that she is drinking a drink, and that drink is nothing else but the April sun, which has been squeezed into a glass. The sun is like an orange, and it has been squeezed into the glass, and the poet sips the drink, and she says that she is drinking the drink that is fire. She says, I sip the fire. So in the April, the poet, that is, she is reminiscing the fire of youth that she felt or experienced, that joy of youth, that warmth of youth, that she had a chance to go through that experience in her life. And she says that she was drunk, but she was drunk on the gold of suns. She compares the sun rays with venom. That venom is noble though. She says that after drinking that juice of the sun, or the happiness of the April weather or April season, she is filled a type of intoxication, that sense of joy is running all through her veins, and her mind is filled with a type of laughter that is calm and unhurried, that is not a short time laughter, that is not a brief laughter, that is not a happiness to pass quickly. She says her worries go away after drinking that drink, and she compares the cup of that drink with the smile of a bride. And she says that small bubbles ring round on the brims of the glass, and that cup of drink is like a bride's nervous smile. And she becomes sorry and begs forgiveness from her husband or beloved for having forgotten him in this moment of joy. So this is something that is forbidden, something that may refer to her extramarital affair or something very personal that is not known to her husband. So she is enjoying this private moment of glory, and so she begs forgiveness from her husband and says, "Forgive me for this moment's lull in wanting you, the blur in memory." And then she declares that the devotion that she had for her husband was very brief. How brief the term of my devotion. And she declares that the power that her husband enjoyed over her was also very brief. How brief your reign. The power of her husband's authority is diluted in that moment of her personal independence, personal liberty, personal freedom, when she has that glass of drink in which she has that juice of the April sun, and she says, "When I with glass in hand drink and drink again this juice of April suns." So in a way, this poem is symbolic and expresses her hidden desires and fulfillment of her personal longings in her personal moment of fulfillment, when she is not controlled by the authority of her husband. This poem, now come to the technical aspects of this poem. This poem has the use of simile, metaphor, repetition, personification, etc. in such lines like an orange in my glass, like a bride's nervous smile, the poetess is using simile. And when she says, "I sip the fire," she is using metaphor. And she is using repetition to a very powerful effect in expressions like "I drink," and again drink and drink again. She gives a lot of emphasis on her enjoyment of the drink, being independent to herself, not not under anyone's command. And she uses metaphor again when she says she is drinking the noble venom that refers to the joy. It is paradoxical also, because it is venom, at the same time it is noble, and this joy refers to her joys that she experienced independently in her moment of freedom. And she uses personification when she says, "My worries doze." So she gives her worries a personal form and says that her worries have gone to sleep when she has got that glass of drink in her hand. Thank you.